Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I am Tahir Dhindsa and you're watching SDTV. CPEC is a game changer, as they say it. But some thought quarters say it is spreading, it is anti-environment, it's not very green, the carbon footprint and all that. And there is another concept that the Chinese soft power is spreading through the CPEC. CPEC is a ploy to spread the Chinese soft power, which is a very scientific thing. It is in your perception only. So a big research by a Polish university was launched, sizable, spread over 3 years, sending the research scholar to everywhere on this mission to actually go to the field in these countries, in China, Pakistan, to find out what are the realities instead of making assumptions, to find out. We have today with us a research scholar from the Collegin Civitas University, Dr. Agnieszka. Nitza. Doctor, very warm welcome to SDPI, SDTV podcast. Say something on the concept, a few lines, and we'll go rumble on further on that.
First, thank you for having me here. Indeed, you touched upon most of the concepts that we focused on in our project. This project is entitled China's Environmental Diplomacy as a Soft Power Instrument, and the case of the Belt and Road Initiative. Under this project, we have like a few regional focuses: South Caucasus, Central Asia, and Pakistan as a state that hosts the flagship, as you say it in Pakistan, component of the BRI. We try to identify whether environmental aspects of the BRI, environmental implications, can contribute or not to China's soft power in Pakistan and our other target countries. And as you rightly said, we want to check what's going on the ground, as opposed to rely on the assumptions that exist in the world, because well, we are more or less biased in the about China in different parts of the world, and we would like to look at our states, including Pakistan, in a way to avoid what like our colleagues say, media say, etc.
When you live in an environment, sometimes you are totally muffled to know actually what the reality is. But you have come from the outside, and it is the third year, it's the terminal year of your research project. What are your findings? Is it a soft power only, or it's a real project? And the environment footprint is bad, or it's negligible and it's just a ploy? What are your findings?
Well, as you said, it's a third year of my project. Nevertheless, initially it was like a bit sabotaged by the pandemic, and in fact we could not proceed.
Sabotaged by the god.
Well, you may say that. So we could not proceed as fast as we wanted to, as we designed it. So in fact now, in Pakistan's context, we are at the stage of gathering data, and it's a pity that I'm gathering it now in May. Initially, I planned to come here in February. Nevertheless, my visit had to be postponed. And then in April, I attended a conference in San Francisco, International Studies Association annual conference, which is like something huge for political scholars, and we had like a few roundtables about the CPEC, and everyone was so interested in this insights from the grounds. So if I collected data in February, I could have shared them with my colleagues in April. That would be super.
But what is your initial, assessment? What is your gut feeling?
Yeah, well, like as a person who I'm not like Donald Trump. I believe in climate crisis.
Okay.
And I believe that's the most, the greatest challenge we have, because even if like we will not even be able to fight wars if there is no air to breathe.
Right.
So, I've got like certain hopes, because I've read a lot of China's narrative about environment and climate. Some of this narrative is produced under the Belt and Road Initiative. Beijing wants to transform the BRI into climate-friendly, climate-neutral project. And I really wish that can happen. And I think that Pakistan is the first place I should visit to identify whether it is possible or not. Pakistan is the largest receiver of the investment.
So it is possible? What do you think?
Right. I'm just investigating that, and like we had like some interviews with my colleague, and we observed that the attitude in Pakistan has changed after the floods of 2022, and Pakistan is really determined to become greener. And fortunately, it aligns with China's narrative about becoming green. And like I've said, fortunate. I think that's really good for Pakistan, because by contributing to Pakistan's greenness, China may also green its image.
Yeah.
And like improve its global reputation.
But you know, the industrial process of the last 300 years, through which the Westphalia developed, Western civilization become industrialized and become the first world, is caused these floods here.
Yeah.
Most of the people believe this.
But
and they should pay.
Actually, I believe that's true. It's like
they should pay as well.
Yeah, it's
not China. They are responsible.
It's a narrative that is there at like most of the COPs. Yeah,
and
that it's there in the United
And if
Nations.
Pakistan become green, it would not be, or if Pakistan is not green, it would be a pinprick on the back of an elephant. They say here, most of it's a belief. I mean, at the scale and size. So, what are your findings on that?
Like of course, like the global north has industrialized without paying much attention to the environment. Yeah, that's the reality. However, at certain point, again, fortunately, green technologies have become like more and more important, and I believe that developing countries now, including Pakistan, can benefit from this progress. In green technologies, etc. So not necessarily like the same pattern must be followed.
Yeah, it should not.
Maybe you do not have to like devastate your natural environment that much, and maybe at this stage of climate crisis we cannot afford that. Yet, like of course, and like even today during one of the interviews that I had, I heard, well, it's the responsible of our government here in Pakistan, of the governments of the provinces, to have like environmental friendly policies and solutions. Indeed, that's where the responsibility is. Nevertheless, like the implications of failing here are global. Yeah, because like I've said, we all breathe the same air.
But it would be a very tiny IT to IT failing.
Well,
in Pakistan,
like there are some ranks that show us like the states that are most endangered by climate crisis, and Pakistan is among them. Yeah, in general, South Asia, Pakistan, India. So, well, it's really challenging to improve environmental situation here. But like, and even if it's just a small part, yeah, of the picture, yeah, but like, we have no choice. We must do it. Yeah.
But the token will survive only. A token will have a good effect. The rest of the world given, I mean, to the same scale, which it is not ready. In the last COP, there was no agreement on reducing fossil fuel. And the reason was that the country where the COP was taking was thriving on exports of the hydrocarbon. And the US is also, even their currency, the dollar is pegged on oil prices and all that. So they want to cut it. Donald Trump also want to, but the other governments as well, They want to. In Europe, there is some understanding, yes. But the largest who have the control, they are not. So, what is your impression that if Pakistan does it, what do you think? Because you have seen the both worlds. If Pakistan, there's some improvement that can be reciprocated.
Well, I think if there is like any chance to improve environmental situation in any country, the country should follow. Yeah, in Pakistan with the CPEC, like if China supports this effort, Pakistan should use that opportunity. Yes, this global narrative, this global debates at the COPs. Well, I believe that policymakers, decision makers that are there, they've got like really difficult job to make. Like most like concerned that well in Pakistan, many of my interviewees and even today at our event here, it was said that well in Pakistan the awareness about natural environment was rather low or like close to zero before the floods. Yeah. Of 2022. So you need to have disaster to realize that you must care about natural environment. So the worst case scenario is the disaster at maybe regional or global level. Yeah, maybe if we see, but I hope that we won't have to. What damage it can make. The climate crisis. Then we realize that we must face it.
We're done with
in a serious way.
Yeah, thank you very much for sparing your valuable time for SDTV. So the bottom line is that the climate is a common crisis. It's a global. Everyone needs to contribute, and if the research says that the CPEC is causing climate disharmony or injuring climate, then I think that should be corrected. And that can be corrected because even if you produce electricity from the coal, there are technologies super critical. And with a little more investment on the power plants, they can reduce the environmental carbon footprint. They can control it. So it's a genuine concern. And I think if the world is perturbed, then China and Pakistan must have been taking care of that. With this, we come to the end of this program. Goodbye till the next program. Bye for now.